What's up, YouTube? Bluff City Nerd here, back with another video, and this is absolutely, I don't know if heartbreaking is even the right word to describe this. We have another mass shooting that happened in Michigan earlier today. This was at a church, and not only did the church get shot up, and we lost one life, and the church ended up being burned down too. It's really bad. So I got the news story right here. So make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you leave a comment at the end of this video. Let's get into this.
Police in Michigan saying there are multiple victims after a shooting at an LDS church that's also been set on fire. We're now seeing somebody speaking on this matter. We're going to cut to him right now. Let's take a listen.
Here to give you some preliminary details on an incident that happened earlier today at 10:25 a.m. within Grambling Township. First off, I'd like to say our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of this incident, which is completely unnecessary and unavoidable. The incident that we're going to talk about here today, as I said, was happening at 10:25 a.m. at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is located at 4285 McCandless Road. During this incident, what we know right now is that a 40-year-old suspect from Burton, he's a male, he drove his vehicle through the front doors of the church. He then exited his vehicle, firing several rounds at individuals within the church. 10 gunshot victims have been transported to local hospitals at this time, including one who has been deceased. Officers who were trained immediately responded to the area. One was a DNR officer, and then one was a Grambling Township officer, where they met the suspect and they engaged in gunfire with that particular individual, neutralizing that suspect, and that suspect is no longer with us. As I said, it is a 40-year-old male from Burton. During all this incident as well, there was a fire that occurred, and we believe that was deliberately set by the suspect. We do believe that we will find additional victims once we have that scene secure. That fire was just extinguished by the Grambling Township Fire Department within the past hour. So where we go from here is we have investigators. We're going to do search warrants on the suspect's residence. We're going to find out if there was a motive. We're going to go through cell phone records, things like that. We had FBI, they're devoting 100 agents to this area because, as you can imagine, there's a lot of witnesses that were within the church, and that is a lot of witness information, statements that we have to obtain. So I'd like to thank all the agencies who responded, the City of Grambling, Genesee County, Oakland County Sheriff's Office, Flint Township Police Department, the DNR, the State Police, and the ATF.
That is absolutely wild. He drove through the building and just opened fire. Then intentionally set the building on fire, man. Man, this is some wild times. And I remember saying in a TikTok video earlier, I think either late last year or early this year, that 2025 would be wilder than 2024. And I really hate saying that I was right about that, because the things that we've seen this year alone are absolutely insane.
We'll provide additional information for you at 5 p.m., but I am willing to take any questions that you have that I could possibly answer right now.
Chief, can you talk about the the progress of events? Did the suspect set the fire, then get back inside of his vehicle and then ram the front door, or did it all happen at the same time?
So from what I understand, and again, this is just a preliminary investigation right now, from what I have been briefed on, is that he rammed the vehicle through the front door, exited, then started firing shots. We are still trying to determine exactly when and where that fire ended up coming from and how it got started. So we believe it was deliberately set, though, by the suspect.
Were they in an active service when this happened?
Yes, the service was active. There was hundreds of people within the church.
Are you sure it's only one suspect at this point, or is it possible other people helped setting the fire? What happened?
Yes, it is one suspect that we know of at this point. We do not believe that there's a threat to the public. We believe that we have the guy who did this.
Andy,
Sir.
could you comment at all on the severity of the injuries at this time?
We have a couple in critical condition. Like I said, one is deceased. The rest of them are in stable condition.
So a couple, maybe three or two, I'm sorry.
One deceased. The suspect is deceased as well. And then multiple victims are in critical condition. We do believe that we will find some additional victims once we find the area where the fire was.
I heard earlier today when I was looking up this story, it was about 9 people that are injured. It may be more now because that was back like earlier today. So it could be more for all I know.
Any word on the weapon yet?
An assault rifle.
So, Eddie, as far as ammunition, did he have a lot of ammunition?
That I don't know of yet, and I could get you later. Yeah.
Hi, Bill.
Hey.
Was the suspect known to authorities, and did he have any connection to anyone who was in that church?
Right now, we don't have any of that information, but I'm confident that our investigators, along with the FBI, we're going to end up uncovering all that information and provide that at a later time for you.
It wouldn't surprise me if he knew someone there or used to be a member of that church and not anymore for whatever reason. It wouldn't shock me whatsoever, because usually things like this happen. Someone like think of the last the last few school shooters. They attended that school at one point, and they just felt the need to go back there once they're much older and just shoot up the place for some stupid ass reason. Who knows? I mean, if I were to really guess and put my money on it, I think that's it.
To clarify, you said there may be additional victims like inside the church? Or?
Yes, where the fire was. So, and the reason why we can't confirm that just yet is because it was a large fire, and we do believe that there was people up there that were near that fire and they were unable to get out of the church. So we do believe that we will find additional victims once we're able to search that, once there's no signs of a fire reigniting.
So do you believe that the victims that are still there, they succumbed to fire injuries or gunshots, or you're not sure yet?
That I'm not sure, but I could provide all that information hopefully at 5 p.m.
The shots were fired in the night.
Shots were fired, yes.
And he had no idea how many, though, at this point.
No idea how many at this time. Yeah.
Can you describe the church? Is there like a worship area and then like a gathering space or something like that? I mean, can you...
That I have not been in, so I can't tell you the layout.
Chief, can you kind of describe the process of how things change?
All right, I'm gonna leave it at there, and I'll leave the link to this video if you want to watch the rest of it without me interrupting. Man, it wouldn't surprise me, because it really comes off as like, yeah, there's people who really have a axe to grind with people who are within the Christian faith, or this is a Mormon Church of Latter-day Saints, so these individuals are Mormons, and Mormons do believe in God, as far as I know. But it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if that's what this is all about, because it's still pretty early everything just happened like a couple hours ago, earlier today Central Time, so there's still more info that needs to be let out. So all we know now is that the shooter drove through the front door, got out of his vehicle, just shot up everybody, bah, 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 bah. And then somehow the building caught fire. And then they say it's more than likely happened intentionally. I do think it's intentionally, because they did not, they wanted more than to just shoot this place up. Yeah, they wanted this place gone. Like burnt to the ground, no longer exist. And maybe they won't even think of trying to rebuild this place. But I think they are. And I'll say this before I end the video, man. My condolences goes out to everybody that had to witness this today, because I can't imagine going to church and then wondering, wow, I wonder if someone's going to drive through here and shoot up the place. That's the last thing you're thinking about when you're at church. I mean, when I used to go, that's the last thing I was thinking about. And thankfully, that never happened, and I never have to witness that. But for those people in Michigan that had to witness that, I know it's going to be rough for them. It's going to be rough for them because now they got to go to church, looking over their shoulder, and wondering, hey, is it safe here? Am I going to be able to worship the Lord in peace without being disturbed by some deranged lunatic that wants to drive their SUV through the building and then somehow this sets on fire on top of it being shot up? Man, thoughts and prayers to all those people and their families, man, because I know they're going through it right now. And with that being said, I'm gonna end it right there. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit the Linktree link in my description so you can follow me on other social media platforms, as well as support me directly via Cash App or PayPal. And if you choose to do so, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And I will shout you out in my next video, and that is a promise. So until next time, please, please, please check on your loved ones. Please be safe out there. Keep your head on the swivel, and have a good one. Peace.